Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here, Congressman McCarthy. It's an honor to meet you. I've heard so much wonderful things about you from a number of people in this room since I've been here and before I got here tonight. So it's a pleasure for me to be here, and thank you for including me as a part of this. Thanks to all of you for coming to recognize a tremendous company and a corporate leader who is both astute and full of integrity from my perspective. All of you have known him much longer than I have. Our relation goes back a long, long 9 months. I know most of you have known him for 9 years or maybe 19 years or 29 years. But I can tell you a lot of what we have heard tonight about him is 100% true from the perspective that I see it. And I'm here sort of, I think, among other things, to be a witness. He's already gotten his recognition in Congress. He's gotten his recognition time and time again from TANA and other organizations. He's gotten the respect and the affection of you who have come from so long a distance. And so I can't say anything more about that because you know all of that. But what I can do is sort of comment on what I have seen from my relationship with ASR, with Mr. Anumolu, myself. I would tell you that we live, as you know, in a time that is a challenging time for us, and as we know, especially those of you from New York are fully aware of the dangerous times that we live in. From a perspective of a former military officer, and from a perspective of someone who has been working with the transportation industry, both military support side of it as well as commercial industry, I think I can testify to the fact that our transportation system is based upon basically the United States of America's dynamic commerce. That's pretty self-explanatory, but I think that the fact that our dynamic commerce is related to mostly how we transport our goods and services. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the times that we find ourselves in is we had this wonderful infrastructure that was put together to support our commerce and to support the movement of our citizens. And it was built on basically an open, free, and democratic society. And so when one talks about finding ways to secure this system, and one talks about finding ways to make sure that the level of threat and vulnerability that comes either from terrorists or from people who are otherwise talented but sometimes overlook certain procedures or overlook certain rules that have to be followed. We need a company like ASR to be there to make our country safe through its work not only in the portion of the transportation industry that supports the United States military and hauling hazardous goods and munitions, but also in the parts of the transportation infrastructure that belongs to the governments. Transporting people, transporting goods for the state government, the county government, the federal government. And what a great company this is to be involved in all of those areas. My perspective, working primarily on the military, the commercial support to the military side, is that this is a 100% right company to be providing its talents and services through the safety and security assurance system really around the country. And the neat thing about this company is, and I've been on both sides, the work that he's doing now for one of the companies, one of the commands, is a command that I used to be in charge of. I think that's why I came. But what I would tell you from both of those perspectives, this company and the guy who's leading this company have done an absolutely superb job. Why? Well, they contracted at a dollar level, which was fairly high based upon the estimates of previous contractors. Well, what's happened is that with his unique business model, he has been able to come in and perform the services, not only in the number of inspections and the number of audits for companies that are hauling our dangerous goods, but also to do it at a level that is higher in terms of the number of inspections and audits, but is costing the government less than they anticipated, by as much as 60 or 70%. That's quite an accomplishment. And I want you to know that from my perspective, being an assistant, deputy, sub-assistant, bottle washer kind of advisor, and I see that this is great. This is great, great stuff. And the military people that I have talked to about the services that this company provides, and Rao's integrity, his leadership, and his willingness to work out tough, detailed, and sometimes contentious contracting issues has been just absolutely great. He and I have been in to see the current commander of Military Traffic Management Command, and we've worked very closely with a number of other senior leaders as well as the contracting leaders in the command. And I can tell you that they all have a tremendous amount of respect for ASR and for him, for the kind of interactivity he has, his willingness to work with them even when they have had some challenges that were internal that they had to overcome. So we need to all be very, very proud of Mr. Anumolu Rao, and we need to hope that, as has already been stated, that he continues to provide his services and is willing to provide his services, not only to, say, the Military Traffic Management Command, but to all the other aspects of the government that will enhance the security, the safety, and the peace of mind of its citizens, whether it's in the New York Transit Authority, the Long Island Railroad, Military Traffic Management Command, or in some of the other work that he's doing so well at in the design, engineering, critical infrastructure, risk assessment, and those kinds of areas. So I, too, would like to congratulate you for what you have accomplished, for your recognition here in the Congress of the United States. It's quite an honor, and I hope you're as proud of yourself and your company as all of us are of you. It's an honor to work with you, and I'm glad to be associated with a company of high integrity and superb technical excellence.